Oh, voice changes.
Oh my god.
Welcome to the horniest place in Texas.
My glasses are fogging up. Damn, you got me all hot over here.
Yeah, your problems fade away when their lights come on. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. If you ain't ready, better buckle in. We're gonna bring the house down and do it right. Somebody's gonna get lucky tonight. Girls and boys, everybody make some noise. Welcome to the show.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Red Dirt Aggie Show here. We're just getting ready to head over to Henry's Hideout. Super excited for today, but we'll catch up with you when we get over there. Hope you enjoyed today's episode and some of our bonus behind-the-scenes footage as well. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome to the Red Dirt Aggie Show. We are live from the horniest place in Texas, Henry's Hideout. And very close to Magnolia, Texas. Very close to Plantersville as well. We're out here at Henry's Hideout. The owner is
He's around here somewhere.
He's around here somewhere. We're looking for Murphy.
There we go.
There he is.
You get, yeah, right here.
Come on in here, Murphy.
What's going on, guys?
So this is Murphy Bailey, correct? Murphy
That
Bailey?
is, yep.
And he's the the owner here at Henry's Hideout, and he's going to tell you a little bit about it. So,
I guess the history from it, if you want the whole rundown, right? So it originally opened in October 7th, 1937. Currently now, it's actually the second oldest dance hall in Texas behind Green Hall. So it's just got a tremendous amount of history. It's been pretty much one of the main staples in Magnolia, Plantersville area. So short of Texas Renaissance Festival, which is just our next door neighbor right down here. So we're way cooler than those guys, trust me. So it's been vacant for about 6 years and kind of just rotting away. So my wife and I, we decided to try to revive it, bring it back, and then kind of create a live music venue really dedicated towards Texas country. So it's kind of a full circle to have these guys come in here, that kind of focus a lot on red dirt country and stuff. So that's pretty awesome. I'm glad to have y'all here, but it's just been a long journey, man. So it's coming back. We'll be doing live music Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. We're gonna be open 7 days a week. We got a bar in the front, dance hall in the back. So it's kind of set up just really towards just an old honky tonk, and that's kind of what we want. And I think that's what y'all want too. But
yeah, it's just it's exciting that there's a new dance hall music venue coming to the area. You really got to go around here at least an hour to go find somewhere to do that kind of thing. You got to go up to College Station, or you got to go downtown or across town. So nothing wrong with College Station. We love it up there, but it's gonna be nice to have something a little closer to home for sure.
yeah, absolutely.
And this is Montana Lane. He's back with us again today.
Howdy. But yeah, I've been here before, so
yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's one of us now. So, but how you been doing, Montana?
I've been good, man. We got some projects in the works right now. I know you know that, but they don't know that yet.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, a lot of them don't. But yeah, we have an album that we're working on right now, and trying to get some shows booked out. Hopefully, one here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Just because we've been in the back kind of checking up. We're gonna shoot some video later, some songs here. So we've been in the back kind of setting up for that, and it's a really cool place. Acoustics are amazing. Dance hall is pristine. The dance floor is, and just the whole setup is incredible. So really looking forward to hopefully getting out here pretty soon after y'all open. But yeah, I mean we got some big stuff coming, but we got to get there.
I feel you on that one.
Oh yeah.
Murphy, but what's the process kind of been like from the time you acquired like the building and everything, and what kind of process have you been going through to get it ready to open and get everything ready?
Man, that's actually a great question, because social media has been kind of blowing up, asking like what's taking so long and this, that, and the other. Just keeping in mind that it's nearly a 100-year-old building, right? Parts of the building are 100 years old. And so it sat vacant for about 6 years. So when we took over ownership of it, got in the building, there's just a lot of things between plumbing and electrical and like air conditioners not working, things just having to get it all back to order. And then like I tell people all the time, we're not remodeling, we're restoring. So, and that's a different process. You know, if it was a new building, I could just slap some new stuff in and buy it from the big box store and go, heck yeah, we'd be open six months ago. But it's been a process, you know, and I actually, I'm a contractor. That's what I do. And I've been doing all the work here myself. So I'm also trying to pay bills and put food on the table at my day job and then come here too. So, plus, you know, I got 4 kids and busy life. So it's just been a long road, long process. But I mean, we're just a couple weeks away. I mean, we're thinking mid-January. We don't have an exact date yet. We got to get some inspections done and things like that. But I mean, it's happening. So it's been a process. But at the end of the day, we wanted to make sure that it was right. It was 100%. People weren't going to come here disappointed. I feel like we paid tribute to the originality of Henry's Hideout. So all the feedback that we've gotten from people that have been in here before, it's hard to tell where the new and the old stop, which is something that we definitely had in mind when we did the restoration, you know, if you will. So that's a great compliment to me and my team for what we've put out here and the work we've been doing. So I think when you get here, if you've been here before, you're going to still feel the same, and you're going to love the new stuff, you know. And if you've never been here before, it's a sight to see. I mean, you can come in here 20 times and you're going to see something new on the walls or in the rafters or on the ceiling. Every time we could do a scavengers hunt in here and you'd never win. It's an amazing place. So I think I've been in here for about 6 months, just about every day, and there's things I still sometimes I'm like, huh, that's always been there. So it's pretty cool, man. It's definitely it's a one of a kind, you know, honky tonk for sure, and you're not going to find another one. I mean, I can't ever think of a place like this, short of like Do-Si-Do, the big barn. If you go there, it's got the same vibe, but we definitely have more stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. I worked at Copeland for a while.
Yeah,
and it's similar vibe, but like you said, not nearly as much stuff in there that's like trinkets and whatnot.
Oh, we got everything, man. It's a sight for everybody to see for sure, man. It's awesome.
Even if you don't plan on staying, you have to come to at least look around.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I mean, and just all these antlers. It's just it looks like there's a lot in the camera shot, but when you're in here, it will blow your mind. You're like, oh my gosh.
And that's crazy too. Just to think. So, just kind of a little short story on that. I mean, when I got here, some of them already had fallen, right? So
man.
We just gathered them up and put them in a corner, kept putting them in a corner. If they fell, we put them there. I used to walk around and hit them to try to see what was loose. So I had this huge pile in the corner, and I'm thinking, well, I'm going to really fill up some spots. And you start putting them up, and it wasn't much. So then you really realize, like, there's thousands upon thousands of racks in here. And so Henry Phillips, which is the original owner of Henry's Hideout, he's the one that founded it. The way they got this is, they used to charge a cover to go to the dance hall, and he told guys, if you bring a rack in, you get free cover.
Oh, man.
So that's where all these racks came from, is customers coming in. So
now, are you going to continue that tradition? Because
we thought about
pile back at the house.
We thought about doing it, man. So you know, we'll have to kick that one around, because there's a few spots we could put some more up. You know,
absolutely.
for sure.
Always room for more.
And it's cool to have that connection too. You know, your rack's up in there somewhere. You know, it's pretty nice.
I've been trying to hold it in.
Yeah. So
I guess anything with the rack gets in free, huh?
Well, I don't know about that, but you know,
I mean, come on, it's like,
it is the horniest place in Texas. So. What'd you say earlier? It's got to have a lot of wood, or was that your dad that said that? The horniest place in Texas. It's got to have a lot of wood there.
Yeah,
there's a lot of wood.
That was
him.
place
in Texas.
There's a lot of wood here. There's a lot of wood, in more ways than one, I'm sure, right?
So you're planning on opening up in mid-January. Any live shows lined up or anything yet that you can tell us about?
Yeah, right now, so short of us running into any hiccups or whatever, I'm not sure when this is going to air, but it's short of us not making our mark, we're probably going to most likely have Trent Cowie as our opening act for opening weekend. We got Zach United with K-Star Country is going to be our house DJ.
Awesome.
We're going to be doing, like I said again, live music every Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, but we're also going to be doing other things as well. Like we're going to probably be doing like music festivals like once a quarter. We'll have we have an outdoor stage, an indoor stage. We have the front bar where we can do acoustics. The acoustics in the building are amazing. So just a guy with the guitar, and you know, it doesn't even need to have a speaker, but great if you do. Mm-hmm. It's got incredible acoustics. And then we're trying to do something. We'll start trying to incorporate like 10-man jam type things as well. Just kind of really like at the end of the day, that's what we're wanting this to be, is a live music venue. We're wanting it to be something where, you know, someone like yourself, Montana, on the way up that ladder, you have to have played at Henry's.
Right.
You know, that's what we're trying to make this place. Kind of like Mo's place and Katie and those places like that, where it's just like, it's a staple on the map where it's like, I played there. You know, that's what we're trying to create here. And it's got so much history. It's kind of been easy so far to already get people are stoked about it. A lot of artists have already reached out to us on social media. They're wanting to play here. We've already done quite a bit of promotional stuff, you know, with doing music videos in here and podcasts of other stuff. So it's been great, man. It's been real great.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and we appreciate you obviously taking the time to let us come in here today and shooting here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
And just see this place. I mean, it's impressive when you walk in, you know. So
yeah, it is.
A lot of history.
Yeah.
I know my dad came here with his dad, and I'm sure on his own, and then so on and so on. You know, it's been here for a long time. So.
It's an honor even just to get to set up on the stage for a video, you know.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. So I mean, just kind of, you know, the new era of Henry's. You're actually the first full band that's been on that stage.
Oh, really?
So that's kind of cool.
There you go.
You know.
Yeah, that's pretty, that's pretty cool. So, and that was a kind of, I mean, it's so great for me and my wife. You know, we're starting to see the fruits of our labors. You know, being there and that stuff. Like I enjoyed that, just sound check and whatever y'all are doing our stuff. But that was cool just to be able to see it and hear it. So it's finally starting to come to fruition. You know. So it's been great.
You get, if nothing else, just that picture of like, okay, this is what
it's working.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's
exactly.
there. You know, I got my own private concert earlier today for Montana.
You get another one here in a minute when we're actually all up there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dance with his wife out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She hasn't left yet. So you know, she probably already left. You know. So. But.
Yeah. You know what? You mentioned full band. Why don't we take a second?
Yeah.
Meet the rest of the band.
Yeah.
Here, so.
Guys, get in here.
Let me get out of
Oh,
here.
okay.
So, absolutely. Go ahead.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Well, we do
Thank
have
you
a
very
special
much.
treat today. We kind of have decided that the name of our band will be the Traffic Jam to play into Montana Lane a little bit. We'll get into how that came to be in a little while. But Scotty, we got drummers late per usual.
You know how drummers are up there right there?
Oh man,
He's still loading his stuff
he's
out.
still loading. But anyway, so yeah, we got too many stories from this adventure.
Yeah,
we went to the Zach Bryan concert at the station.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know, a lot of your viewers and listeners probably were probably also at that.
Yeah.
It's a large majority, but with 30,000 people, it's not that
Yeah.
that against the odds.
Yeah.
Look, that one right there, I saw her.
Oh God.
Okay.
Oh yeah, her too.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Hopefully there's no Tri-Delts watching. If there are though, comment, you know.
Yeah, so what's okay?
So-
I've been hearing references to Tri-Delts all day. I mean, what's the story here? What
So we were on the way to the Zach Bryan concert. Anybody that went to that concert or heard about that concert knows that the traffic was completely awful.
Well, let's just start a little
getting-
earlier.
No.
Where y'all kicked me in the back of the pickup.
So we had to go pick up the rest of our group. Right, we were hanging out with my buddy Preston and his friends, and then we had to go pick up his sister and their cousin. So we had a truckload of people, and we were going over there to. What's up? Here's Scotty. So just to finally introduce the band, now that everybody's here, we have my drummer Scotty, Mr. Scottie Johnson, and my bass player. Well, we have my lead guitarist over here, Mr. Parker Jensen, and then I don't even know what to call you.
Yeah, Ski, Dad.
Ski, Dad, I don't know, whatever. Anyways, he plays bass for me. This is my dad. But yeah, this is
No claps?
the Traffic Jam. So anyways, yeah, this is the Traffic Jam. But that name came to be because we were on the way to the Zach Bryan concert, and it took us 4 hours to get from College Station to Snook. 4 hours and 2 cases of beer. We were in the bed of the truck.
We did not break any laws.
None whatsoever. Yeah, it took us 4 hours to get from College Station to the concert site in Snook, which was insane. But we made a fun game out of it because I have these business cards. I don't know if I have any on me. I don't think I do.
I saw one in Parker's garden today.
Yeah, there was one in Parker's garden this morning when we went to pick him up.
You're one with the QR code?
Yeah. So we have those with the QR code on them, and we were jumping out of the bed of the truck, running over and passing them out to cars that were like, sitting with us in traffic the whole time.
Might as well.
So one of the cars, but that's where the traffic jam came from.
Right.
And the reason that the Tri-Delt reference keeps being made is because one of the cars, I ran out, I passed out my card, right? And they, that lane started moving, our lane didn't, so they got a little ways up, and I looked over and I saw that their car had Tri-Delts on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then we caught back up with them eventually, and they were like, oh my, they were talking about, they were listening to my music, which was really cool. Like, that's awesome to get to hear people listen to your music.
Sure.
And there were people driving down the road going,
yeah.
oh my goodness, it's Montana Lane. And I'm like, oh God, it's my son.
Yeah. As a newer artist, that's a really cool thing. So if you see me anywhere out and you recognize me, if you think you recognize me and you want to come talk to me, you're going to give me such a big head over that.
I'll make sure to talk to you if I run into you.
Thank you. You shouldn't run into me.
You never know.
But anyway, so I noticed there was a Tri-Delt sticker on this car.
Yeah.
And they caught back up to us, and they were listening to my music, and I ran back out, and they were like, no, you already gave us a card. And I was like, oh, my bad. And they looked at him, and they were like, is that your dad? And I said, yeah. And they said, oh, my God, he's so hot. And I'm standing in the middle of traffic, and I was just like, I really want to lay down right now.
It was the most dejected look I've ever seen out of this kid. I loved it.
And I looked back at them, and they were like, no, well, you're hot too, but like, damn. And I was like, oh, God. Why do you have to do this to me? So that's where the Tri-Delt reference comes from. He will never, ever let me live that one down.
It will never go away.
But, yeah, so that's where the traffic jam name came from, and where the Tri-Delt reference lies. Unfortunately.
What about this new album we got going, fellas?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What about the new album?
So we have a new album coming out. We're in the process of recording it right now. The title track, or the title of the album, is Wings, and we have the title track obviously called Wings. But it'll be a 12-song album. It'll be the first album that we release, as well as the first full band anything that I have released, other than just videos of shows and stuff. So we're really, really looking forward to that. We're working with Kyle Colborn in College Station over at Colborn Audio. So any of you guys that are, earlier on musicians, don't have a studio yet, definitely check him out because he's phenomenal. Super easy to work with, knows what he's doing. A lot of people.
He made you sound good.
He made me sound good. For those of you that haven't listened, if you listen to I, Myself, and Me, which was my last single, he's the one that produced that. So
I got a question about that one in a minute.
Yeah, super stoked about cutting the album with him. And it should be out in late February, mid-March is kind of our projected release date. So we're still looking for a place to have a release party for that. So if there's any venues out there that would like to support that, or if we can talk these guys into it, that'd be great.
Oh, he's coming.
So I'd like to come in here now and on a serious note, I just want to say to all the drummers out there, or to anybody that knows anything about recording, about this project, man, talk a little music. So as a drummer, I grew up playing classic rock, progressive rock, things like that. Grew up with country, obviously, but my soul and my background is definitely rock. And so when Montana and I worked together at A&M, and we knew each other before we even knew each other were musicians. Yeah. And then one thing led to another, and so we got together, and I filled in for him and did a show for him, a live. Actually, it was
in Junction.
Junction, yeah.
Yeah, Junction, way out there.
Yeah,
it was an Eclipse festival.
Yeah, for the Eclipse Festival, and that was real interesting. We hadn't spent any time together playing. Yeah. We just kind of winged it. And things just kind of fell into place. So, so going back to this album that I'm going into the studio next Saturday to lay down the drum tracks to, as a drummer, and to all the people out there listening that know anything about studio work and session work as a drummer, it was interesting for me because I took it from, okay, I'm playing country, I'm going into the studio, I'm gonna play straightforward, I'm gonna stay in the pocket, stay off the fields, and generally the unwritten rule for tracking country music, for the experience that I've had in the past years, is that you just kind of support and you really want to emphasize the main vocals for country music. And so I got these songs, 12 songs, no drum parts or anything, so I created them and I invited them over to the house. And all was good. I thought I'd nailed it. And then next thing I know, they're like, dude, we need more fills, bro. And I was like, man, hey, look here, I got you. So that's what's interesting about this project for me, is it's really freed me up to get away from the norm, from the staple of just laying down a solid beat. I get to be more me. I get to
be yourself.
I get to be myself. I get to improvise. There's going to be some jazz influence. There's going to be a lot of rock influence. And there's going to be some deep down in the pocket stuff.
Bluegrass influence over here.
So that's one thing that you bring that up. It's something that we're actually kind of chasing as a model for a band. Whenever I have these guys together, is we're really following that more of the Wilder Blue model. I know we talked about them last time, about how they have their different influences come in from each of the guys in the band. Kind of add not only their own instrument sound, but their own emotional sound too, and their own style, because of their different backgrounds and stuff. And so that's something that we're trying to put together with this album especially, but with the band in general, is just to have the different, because Parker here can, he can play Billy Strings note for note. Like, he's an insanely good guitarist, and and mandolin.
I do believe, if I may, unless the internet's lying, that Parker, you can set the record straight here. This is all new to him. I haven't never asked him this, so we're live. But aren't you the youngest Texas flat picking champion?
Yes, I am the youngest Texas State flat picking champion in history.
Wow.
So there you go.
History's a long time.
And he plays for me.
History is a long time.
That's a long time.
And to capitalize on that, he's 15 years old. And you'll get to see, I don't know if you're going to put in some clips of us playing later, but you'll get to see him playing guitar later. And as far as like just talent on the guitar goes, or on anything with strings really, but as far as his talent goes, he is 15, but
his age
does not matter. Like he would,
prodigy, man.
Yeah,
Prodigy.
He's not just the best 15-year-old guitarist I've ever met. He's one of the best guitarists that I've ever met.
Yeah.
So
thank you. That actually means a lot.
It's an honor to get him on stage with me.
And I will say this while I'm on the mic, is that Montana here, I played with a lot. Man, I'm 53 years old, and I've been playing since I was 7, and I have played with a lot of people, a lot of singer-songwriters. This man right here can write his what off, man. He's really the true deal when it comes to songwriting. His singing is phenomenal. I think you guys are in for a treat, man. I think it's what the times call for right now. It's not the new modern country crap that we hear all the time, man. This is the real deal, real country with just a little twist on the musicianship side of it. So yeah, man, I hope you guys stay tuned in for it, and we got something special coming for y'all.
So the mix here, you've got the new songwriter. By the way, do you write all your songs by yourself?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So you got a rockin' drummer back here, you got bluegrass over here, you got red dirt here, and you got crappy bass here. We got all kinds of influence.
I do want to talk about your bass playing though.
Oh, great.
So he's my bass player, and he still has a spot in the band for a reason. It's because he can play the hell out of the bass. But he actually started playing a year ago. He started playing bass a year ago.
Wait,
because
that was only a year ago?
Yeah, he only started playing a little over a year ago.
I thought he played for a long time.
No, just a little over a year ago.
He used to play piano.
He played piano for a long time. He played piano for our cousin, Kelly Spinks. I don't know if any of y'all know him, but he played keys for him back in the day. And then I needed a bass player, and I couldn't find a bass player. So we had a bass sitting around, and he picked it up and was like, I'm going to learn how to play bass. And by God, he did.
I'm going to learn really soon.
Yeah, he's going to learn. He's going to learn. No, he's only been playing about a year, but he is exactly what we need in a bass player. So
I've never fallen off stage once.
that's not once.
I'm good.
Yeah.
What about you, Montana? Are you falling off stage yet? Anybody else?
Not
on
that I
stage?
remember.
Not
Not that I remember.
I don't think we've had that yet.
You kind of jinxed it.
I don't think
Oh
we've
yeah,
had that
no.
yet.
Well, there's plenty of wood in Horniest place in Texas.
Have you ever really thought, when you look at all these horns and antlers here, have you ever thought how many lies have been told over this?
God.
Like this one
Yeah, I
was
bet-
shot.
If they could talk, right?
I bet this one scored 183 points.
Yeah, he killed it with a boomerang when actually his grandmother hit it in the road on the way home from church.
That's the reindeer that Grandma got run over by. Oh yeah.
I mean, to be honest, they about took out my head on the way in here. I don't know if you all know, I'm like 6'6", so walking in here, there's a couple in here you gotta watch out for.
Yeah.
They're down low, so if you come in here and you're tall like me, just keep your head on the swivel, or you might end up with a missing eyeball.
I don't have to worry about squat.
What was that?
That was my phone. Don't worry about it.
That's
okay.
something you have to worry about.
So, anyways, yeah. What question do you have about I, myself, and me?
Okay, so did you come to the name for that because there's already so many songs that are called Me, Myself, and I? Or like where did the naming convention call? It's just a little bit different naming convention. I was like, that's kind of interesting.
It was just because it fit with the rhyme scheme better. Because that's in the end of the chorus. I got to focus on I, myself, and me, and I forget what I'm rhyming with there.
Comparisons I make or make believe.
Thank you. He knows my songs better than I know them. Damn. Yeah, so comparisons I make or make believe is what the rhyme is there. So I had to move it around to fit so that I could fit the rhyme scheme.
Yeah.
But then I thought about it a little bit more, and that's actually more grammatically correct. So I was like, oh, well, that works better.
Yeah,
and then also it turns out that it's a very unique song title because I don't know if there's any other songs called I, Myself, and Me.
Yeah, it's
I know
true.
There's
So
quite
then
a
when
few
you're-
that are Me, Myself, and I, but
People out there searching it, it's going to come up.
Yeah.
More
Should
frequently.
I go
that's
there
for
right now?
no, that's not. Go for it, actually.
Actually,
sure. I, myself, and me.
Yeah. So that, and then I'm trying to think of any other stories behind I, Myself, and Me. Oh, the cover picture for I, Myself, and Me. That was I got a new car yesterday, finally. So happy about
Yay.
We made sure it fit on the trailer.
Yeah, we made sure it fit on the trailer, and we made sure that it would pull a trailer whenever I need it, and that it has plenty
There's
of space.
a song
But
called I, Myself, and Me.
oh,
Wow, there's another one.
there is another one. Damn.
Sorry to burst your bubble.
Oh well, it might be the only country song though.
It might
called
be
I,
better.
Myself, and Me. It might be better.
Might be
That's
better.
true. Who knows? But
No,
anyway,
that's
so
whoever wrote the other one. But.
so there's another line in I, Myself, and Me. It's my truck broke down in an unknown town. And that was a very, very true line in the song. And the cover of the song is actually, it's funny if you notice I'm wearing a blue shirt and blue jeans. That's my work uniform.
Right.
That's what I work in. That's what I go to work in. If you look close, you can see my name. It has Montana across the, not on this shirt, but on the shirt in the picture. And,
In case you forget it, right?
Yeah, in case I forget it. And it's funny because we go to lunch. Like, we'll go to lunch somewhere, and then they still
Yeah.
ask us for a name, and we're all wearing our names.
Oh,
on
your
our-
name
yeah.
right there. Mhm.
But that's neither here nor there. But the picture in that cover is me sitting on the trailer that my truck is on. And I've had people ask me if that was staged. No, that was not staged at all. That morning I was driving
It was
into
actually
work.
broken down.
Yeah, I was driving into work, and I threw a rod cap out of my oil pan. So I blew my engine up.
Shoot.
And I
But
got
we were actually looking for an old truck at the time.
Yeah, we were. We were looking for an old
For a
truck.
cover.
So we were going to stage the picture. And then I
Like,
broke
well,
down,
dang.
and I just happened to have a guitar in the back seat of my truck because I always have a guitar with me.
Who gave you that idea, by the way?
Hey, well, you know,
who said
the
so?
Lord works in mysterious ways.
Yeah,
and
right.
You got a cool picture out of it. so-
Got a cool picture. That's about the only cool
Only good
picture.
thing from that day.
And the
right?
fact that there was some dude driving a Challenger right behind me, and he was like riding my tail so close. He was essentially giving me a prostate exam from a car away. And so whenever that engine blew, all that oil that dropped out of my oil pan blew all over his car, and it was just instant karma.
Yep.
So that was the only other upside. But yeah, I left, got my roommate to take me to work, and then they came and rescued me. They brought me a car and the trailer to load the truck up onto. So they got me out of that situation, and I had to leave work early that day.
Mm-hmm.
But I just went straight from work to the truck. So I was still wearing my work uniform whenever I got there.
And where do you work at currently?
I work at Texas A&M. I
Oh,
work
okay.
for Texas A&M Transportation. I'm a diesel mechanic.
Okay.
So all the transit buses and everything like that, that's what I fix.
Okay, and that's right, because I think you were talking about fixing Wilder Blue's
Yeah,
bus, right?
yeah, that's how we met Wilder Blue. Was with that
Yeah.
their bus, their brakes locked up because they had an air leak, and so we had to help them figure out how to get their brake valve to get fixed. So
yeah, and if you want to hear more about that, we talked about that in the previous episode on season 2, so you can go back and find that one.
Yeah.
on our channel on Spotify.
A funny story.
Did y'all talk about the dumbest question Zane was ever asked?
Oh, I don't think we did.
No.
Yeah, you want to tell us about that one?
So yeah, I'm under there and crawling around under the bus. Meet this guy I've never met, had no idea who he was, and I look over at this guy. I'm like, "So are you a mechanic for a living, or what do you do for a living?" And Zane looks at me and goes, "I kind of write music." And I asked him a couple months ago. I said, "Zane, what's the dumbest question you've ever heard?" And he's like, maybe we shouldn't talk about that. I just love how people think. I remember them from 10 years ago, but yeah, that's probably the second dumbest question. But I don't remember exactly the dumbest, but it was funny because even my mom, we took the parts out to his grandparents to work in the barn and take this part into pieces. And Zane reaches out to my mom, his grandmother, and says, "Hi, Zane Williams, nice to meet you." And her response was, "Ooh, you're greasy." So, yeah, Zane has a real special place in his heart, I'm sure, for us.
Yeah. Got bars on it.
Yeah, exactly.
It says hell. Oh, man. Yeah, I think we're pretty much caught up. Oh, I don't know if you want to tell them about our new booking manager or not.
Oh yeah, so
We have to kind of push your end of things here.
Oh, absolutely. And let me make sure that we got the mic here.
We'll get you in the frame a little bit better here.
All
too.
right.
I'm in the middle of an interview.
Oh, you're gonna yeah. So we're gonna interview you. flip the script. Yeah, go ahead.
Well,
Where are you from?
well, howdy, folks. I'm here with Bryan Pilkington.
That is me,
So,
aka Bryan the Red Dirt Aggie,
Bryan the Red Dirt Aggie. So,
with a new drippy hat too.
well, yeah, what is that? Is that the? Oh man,
Yeah,
You need to give me
scripts.
one of those hats. I want
You
one of
want-
those. So, Bryan, I hear that you're after some new ventures in the music industry.
Yeah. So essentially, what we're trying to do here is, I shoot this podcast and I meet, talented musicians like yourself all the time.
Thank you.
But meeting new musicians all the time, and it got me thinking, because I deal with all of these booking managers and people all the time and trying to schedule shows and interviews with these people. And I'm like, I know a lot about this stuff. Maybe I could try to do that. So
Well, there you go.
So I've started a little bit. You want to tell them who with?
Yeah, some little asshat up in College Station. I think you're booking for, right? It's Montana Lane or something.
Yeah. So some guy, I think his name's like Montana or something.
Yeah.
Pretty cool dude.
But
So yeah, if you or anyone wants Montana to come play a show for you somewhere, reach out to me, and that'll be at texas2stepmgmt@gmail.com. And
That
it's
sounds right.
with the number 2, but we'll have it down in the description.
yeah,
for you.
it'll be in the description and
Absolutely.
the caption and everything.
Down.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm super excited that I don't have to deal with that because it's hard. I don't know if y'all know, for musicians, it's super hard to reach out to venues.
It's hard for booking agents too.
Well, yeah, but it's as soon as, like, if you're a musician and you reach out to a venue, like, automatically they're like, oh, it's just some kid that plays a guitar that wants to come out here and play. Like, that's kind of what that's what it feels like they assume up front.
Right.
And that's not that's not an absolute. Like, obviously there's other attitudes towards it. I know, like, at the Tap, I emailed him and I got an email back from John, and he was like, he emailed me back, and he was basically like, well, we can't really have you come play here until we can expect 300 to 500 people.
Right.
But if you want to build your base up, you can talk to these people. Sometimes we'll have, some picker circles up here. sometimes if you have an opening slot for a show, like he was extremely helpful.
Yeah.
So he wasn't like, oh, it's just some kid with a guitar. Like he may have been that way, but his response to it was a lot better than like, okay, what do you want to pay me to come play here? It's like, I'm not paying you to come play there.
That's what I've found reaching out to venues and stuff too before. Sometimes they'll respond back and they'll send you like more information, at least the ones that do respond. And then I feel, you know, a lot of the bigger venues probably get contacted so much that sometimes it gets sent to the bottom. So
for sure.
Calling people, sending emails with attachments, and maybe some of the videos we get here today.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super looking forward to that, just to have more media, because that's what it's a game of media.
Yeah, really. Social media is big now too. So converting stuff like from what we did here today into TikToks and things, we'll be doing that too.
Absolutely.
I love it. But anything else you want to tell them about before we wrap up here?
Be looking for promotional material around Wings on, I guess maybe both of our social medias, because we have some plans when it comes to promotional materials that we're
pretty unique.
We might get into some trouble with them. We might get into some trouble, but it'll be worth it. So y'all keep an eye out for that. It should be pretty entertaining.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. They let me in on a little bit of it, so I'm excited to see it come to fruition. Maybe they'll let me shoot it. I got a new camera. So.
Yeah.
But
other than that, man, I think it's time to go play some songs.
Yeah, in the horniest place in Texas.
I
had to get it in there one more time.
We'll see y'all on stage.
But y'all want to come over here and tell them bye?
Y'all want to
send us out? Murphy? Anybody? I'm Bryan, the Red Dirt Aggie.
Montana Lane. And the traffic jam is back over there.
The traffic jam is over there, and so is Murphy, if they want to come.
Yeah.
Sign us off.
What's up?
But thanks for hanging out with us today here on the Red Dirt Aggie Show. Thank you to Murphy for having us. He's back here somewhere. He's over there.
Sure. Y'all come out and support it.
All right. Y'all ready to play some music?
We will see you next time.
All right.
Peace.
Bye.
Well, I know my way around an old Kubota. I can splice a fence or fix a water line, but you'll find me in the honky-tonk when the weekend rolls around, at the bottom of a glass of Miller Lite. Living simple, but living large. Eat mac and cheese with new strings on my guitar. An old bloodhound in my 38, keep boogeyman at bay. That's the way I was raised. Sunrise. Right now, any price I'll pay be worth all the gain. Knowing that was the last time your lips would breathe her name, I'm feeling good. Oh, I'm feeling wicked. They're all here, we'll be playing all night. Looks like we're finally getting around to the simple life. All I need's a few good friends with a good ear and some rhythm. Pretty girl to hold my hand on a date on Tuesday night. The good Lord calm my heart when the weekend's getting slim. Let me know everything's gonna be alright. He said, come and get help, leave the town I knew so well. There's bigger, better things on the other side. Roll on steady as she goes. All the folks back home who know all the work that you put in to climb so high. Don't ever sure well the dreams run dry. Eagles fly, fly like hell. Keep your feet beneath you and still know yourself. Yeah, that fire burns your head. Don't you get into the pain. I know that feeling all too well. See it glow on the horizon. See the city lights or the rising morning sun. Last I checked, I was bound for Charlotte, but it feels like this midnight drive has just begun. You're gonna take your train and leave it with all the people that you used to love. Tell me, darling, I need answers. There's nothing coming down from above. And you gotta fly like hell. Keep your faith that you and still know yourself. Yeah, that fire burns in red, but don't you get into the pain. Know that feeling all too well. All rolls in, I feel the strange. I must be close. I hear your name inside my chest. Gotta keep closing in. The city's moving out here now. There's people we don't know. They plant houses in the hayfields, and they don't mean rain to grow. So we gotta get away from here. Go chasing that sun down. But the only place this highway leads is the east side of another town.
Come on.
I think that's a wrap.